Hi and welcome to SCW, the wrestling channel here on youtube.com. Thank you for choosing the channel and choosing the video. Please subscribe right now, leave any comments in the comment section. Please like and share the video as well. Trying this SCW daily for you once again now. Going to be talking about Money in the Bank, the women's Money in the Bank. Of course, it's a corporate Money in the Bank this year. They're not going to be going just up the ladder. They're going to go through the HQ of WWE as well in Stamford, which I'm sure will be very interesting viewing when it comes around to it. But who should be the winner? You've probably seen it in the title of the video. I think Sasha Banks is the right person to become Miss Money in the Bank this year. The timing fits perfectly with everything that's currently going on within WWE storyline. Now, if I was to give you my prediction, what I think right now, I think Shayna Baszler is the most likely and is the favourite of the people to do it because, of course, it gives her that momentum back after the loss to Becky Lynch at WrestleMania, and she can go after the Raw Women's Championship. That kind of feels like it makes sense in the storyline term. But here's the thing with the HQ, and I'm going to go into how it will help with storylines going forward as well afterwards. But if you look at the Money in the Bank history, not always the favourite wins the Money in the Bank. Sometimes that winner comes from left field. There's many good examples where you turn and go, didn't see that coming. You can look at 2010 with the Raw side. The Miz won it and became WWE champion and went into WrestleMania as the champion. In 2000 and I believe it was also 10, which was not long before, earlier in the year, Jack Swagger. Now Jake Hager in AEW actually became, a world heavyweight champion when he won the Money in the Bank at WrestleMania. So there are some fine examples of it. I mean, Daniel Bryan was a surprise at the time as well when he won the SmackDown briefcase in 2011. So there's been many good examples of when you go, oh, I didn't think they were going to win it. And more recent years, we've had more of the obvious winners. It feels like maybe, Braun Strowman feels like he was the obvious winner at the time. He didn't go on to capitalise from it, but still, WWE does throw those curveballs because that's where it's the good opportunity with a briefcase, especially if it's long term. You can make a great storyline from it because that person may not be ready then, but you've got a year to cash that in, which is fantastic. So you can take a story that you've got and you can build it long term. Here's why it works for Sasha Banks. If you look at a booking right now, let's be fair, it's been piss poor. Sorry for the language, but it really has been quite poor. You look, I mean, she lost to Tamina this last week. When's the last time Tamina did anything relevant within wrestling? Just doesn't work. A lot of the title reigns she's lost on her first title defense. She's not had them long reigns. When she took a break after WrestleMania last year, and when they lost the women's tag team belts with Bayley, she come back all fresh after being out for 6 months. It felt like Sasha Banks was going to be Sasha Banks again. She had that feud with Becky Lynch. She got the short end of the stick, didn't quite work out, traded to SmackDown, and has sort of been just behind Bayley for the last number of months, not really doing anything. She seems to be the feeder person when it comes to a lot of the storylines with Bayley, and I think that Sasha Banks is better than that, and I feel they obviously are leading this up where eventually we're going to get the breakup. And I think that that's clearly where the direction is going to be going, is Bayley versus Sasha Banks in time from now, perhaps maybe SummerSlam, maybe a time when they can actually get a reaction from fans. Of course, at the moment, we've got no fans in stadiums, and we don't know when we're going to get that back really within amongst the arenas. But we have to, look to build of what we can do when we can do it. And the Money in the Bank is perfect for this rivalry. If you look at Sasha Banks and Bayley history, I mean, they've gone all the way back to NXT. They've been against each other there. I mean, of course, the famous match, of course, that TakeOver Brooklyn won back in 2015 was a mega match. It was probably one of the best matches of the year that year. It was certainly probably my favourite match of that calendar year, if I was being brutally honest. At this point, I could think of the top of my head. But they continue with the I believe the 30-minute Iron Woman match at the TakeOver Respect. They come to the main roster, and they've sort of flirted with the idea of it a few times. It's been very start and stop when they've teased it, but then I believe the time they were going to actually go against each other before, they ended up teaming back up together again, making up. They won the Women's Tag Team Championships, and then we got to a stage where Sasha took a break, she's come back, she's by Bayley's side again, and they're now both heels. And the thing is how we can make this fresh as well, because Bayley right now is a great heel. I think that her role model gimmick is doing pretty well. I like that she is the women's champion. She's quite dominant as the champion. Anytime she's put with a hard obstacle, she doesn't just overcome it, she survives it. And I think sometimes that makes a great heel, because great heels don't always become dominant heels. They survive situations, and that's what makes you think, oh, they got through that, we need to see who's going to beat them next. And it's quite clear with the face side of the SmackDown division, there isn't anyone there for Bayley now at this stage that poses that threat anymore. We've seen Nikki Cross, we've seen Alexa Bliss. Tamina we've not seen, but thankfully we only have to see it the once. Lacey Evans, Naomi, we've seen all these, Carmella. There's only really Dana Brooke left, it feels, that's left on that side. So what are we going to do with Bayley when it gets to a couple of months down the line? Well, here's what we can do. We're teasing now the breakup around WrestleMania time. Sasha Banks was put in amongst the Women's Championship match, and she was kind of almost crossed the position by Bayley. Well, Bayley could have rescued the pin. She didn't in that elimination match, and Bayley made sure she got the victory and remained champion. She seemed more threatened that Sasha Banks was remaining in the match than just seeing her pinned and go to the back. There was a moment where they had a bit of a look, but in the end, Sasha Banks actually, of course, helped her retain the championship. Now we've got this situation with Tamina. Sasha Banks is losing to Tamina. It's not a good look, as I've said before, but we are building towards where we're probably going to get, and this is what makes it fresh as well, a face Sasha against a heel Bayley, which I think at this point, people might say the roles are better in the reverse role, but they become more exciting for someone that hasn't seen this feud if it becomes now where you've got the roles reversed, where Sasha is the face, Bayley is the heel. And Bayley right now are doing such great work as a heel. Sasha Banks, she's sort of kind of got lost as that heel. So I kind of want to see her go back to being babyface, and I think fans will get behind it if the timing and things were connected well. Of course, on social media at this point, it's going to be a while till we have it in the arenas, as I've said previously. But if she was to win Money in the Bank, I mean, it would perfectly set everything going forward. I mean, you only have to look. Bayley got her career back on track last year by winning Money in the Bank. She cashed it in and she became SmackDown Women's Champion. It's been dominant now for the last calendar year. Sasha Banks wins Money in the Bank. Of course, it suits as well for the underdog to win this. Like we said, you've got to go through WWE HQ, you've got all the floors. It suits a quicker, agile wrestler rather than someone that's sort of bigger and, more stocky and brawler style. It suits the more agile performer. So Sasha Banks here could get away and win this and wouldn't harm the other competitors involved in the match. You look at it as well with Sasha then, it will be the tease of she's going to cash the briefcase in on Bayley. And you think, well, when's that moment going to be? Bayley will be like, well, she won't cash it in on me. And Sasha will be like, yeah, I'm not going to cash it in on my best friend. There can be a case where Bayley might lose the title, and that's when I'm going to cash it in. Or Bayley's mindset might be, if she loses the belt, that Sasha Banks actually will give her the briefcase to cash it in. It can be all those different dynamics you can get thrown here, and you can make that drag over a number of months, even up to SummerSlam, where it can be the case where Sasha Banks finally says, do you know what? I'm sick of being treated as number two. You're not treating me as the best friend you should be. And this is the point. She cashes that Money in the Bank in on Bayley, who has to be the champion when that is cashed in and to make herself the champion. I think for me, that is the perfect way of doing it. You can do it the other route where Sasha Banks cashes in on somebody else and then Bayley turns on Sasha Banks. Yeah, I suppose it can work, but this would be much better for Sasha Banks to be the full-on babyface and be having enough of the heel tactics of one's Bayley. So that's my thoughts and feelings there of how I think that should work out and how and why Sasha Banks should win Money in the Bank this year. Hope you've enjoyed the video here on YouTube.com, and like I say, please like, share and subscribe. Trying to give those videos for you daily, but there's plenty of content for you to keep an eye on the channel here on YouTube. Like I said, we've got the Retro Nitros, I've also got the Ask SCWs, plenty to keep an eye on and look forward to, so make sure to go and check those videos out now. But that's all from me anyway. Thank you for watching here on YouTube. Please like, share and subscribe if you've been watching SCW, the wrestling channel.